swear you are growing way too quickly for your own good. I know, right? It is beyond a pain cleaning this thing all the time. Yes, I know, Yui. Trimmings get everywhere, I know. Yes, I know. Don't need to freaking backtalk me that much, fuck. This one probably needs trimming as well. The hell do you mean I suck at this? Okay, that was just uncalled for. I am well aware of how to clean my own scales. I don't need you telling me I don't. What about this one? No, those look fine. Yeah, those are fine. Okay. Okay, do I have... the bramble are fine. A lot of produce. I should probably sell some to the villagers in town. I could have sworn I had other plants in the house, didn't I? I guess not. Alright. Okay. Oh. I actually have mail. Let me put this on real quick. A little snug on my ankle. Oru von Sanguinus, the desk of legal action. What the fuck is going on here? The great city of Nocturin has been informed of wrongdoings and injustice performed by or to your person or your property. As such, you've been requested to come to a private court hearing to have an audience with one Kieran Cordelia Pendragon to ensure fairness and non-bias. The second city leader, Construct, has been selected to bear witness and mediate the case. You are to arrive on the 6th of March. This is the day after these summons have been delivered, and not a day later, so that the judges may be properly briefed on the situation by each party's making a verdict. This private court hearing will be held by, in the event that you do not show up on time, punitive action will be taken and you'll be arrested on site. Well, I'm glad something is finally being taken seriously. I swear I can't unsee it now that I know what that is. Okay, Oru, you gotta play dumb. You don't know what anything is. You don't know anything about this thing. If anyone asks as to why you're going around it, don't. swear. Okay, buddy, how about we get you off that ledge real quick? No, no, off it. Off it. There we go. Hello.
Hello, Oru. Lovely to see you. Well, since you're both here, if you wouldn't mind following me in. Feel free to take a seat, make yourself comfortable.
Right.
Hello. Good to see you both. I'm hoping the summons didn't scare you too much. We're just here to try and get things sorted out for you both.
I have nothing to be
no,
afraid of.
I just got back from my trip, so it was a bit unexpected, but it's a good thing I got back today.
Mm-hmm. Good to hear, good to hear. Well, just a little bit of a idea of how this is going to go. I'm going to ask Oru to state your case first. Bori, you will follow up. We will have a very brief recess. Construct, I'll ask you during that recess to create some questions for these two. After that recess, we will ask said questions and come to a verdict.
Oh, yeah, a verdict involving what?
A verdict involving what I believe. I wasn't given too many details, but I believe there was a theft. Or
There was.
yes. I suppose this is court. I should use more. Alleged theft.
Yes. I would put it that way. I mean...
Alright, I'm just going to check that the office is secure, and then we will go ahead and get started.
do you mean to be wearing armor, by the way? I guess I couldn't answer that question.
Myself?
You just, you were wearing armor, is all I was asking, yeah.
Anyway.
I was just curious if that was purposeful.
Shit, fuck, wrong button. Don't worry about that. Okay, and that should be better. Alright, feel free to take a seat if you would like.
I don't think we can on these chairs. I'm taking a seat at... Well, I would prefer to stand.
That is just fine by me. Alright then. Construct, are we ready to begin? Of course. Alright. Let this mark the beginning of the court case of Oru von Sanguinis versus Bori for the accusation of theft.
With 2 R's. It was spelled with 1 in the summons, so I just want that to be clear.
Ah, my apologies. I'll correct my records. Construct, could you please make a note of that, dear? Of course, already have. Wonderful. Alright. Oru, would you please begin by stating what happened?
What happened is that at first it was Whisper who came on by to ask me about certain rumors going around considering the convectrons, of which I have delivered the fact that those rumors were false. And then eventually, Bori came on by to quote-unquote assist Whisper, but then was caught by one of my watcher golems inside of my workshop stealing my books. Eventually, I had asked numerous times to return my property, of which he eventually donned armor and we began fighting. Of which, once I brought out a certain thing of mine, he turned tail and ran, dropping 2 of my books.
Understood. When did this occur?
This happened at the beginning of last month. Ever
All
since
right.
then, I have asked Whisper. They knew nothing about Bori going into my workshop and stealing my property, nor... sorry. They were also there as witness as I filed the report, considering this.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we're finally getting this sorted out for you. I apologize for the amount of time that it's taken.
I'm just glad things are being done.
Of course. We try to work efficiently here when we can.
Am I allowed to speak now, or are we still?
Let me ask.
I have just finished up the notes.
All right, we will proceed when Construct says.
All right.
Okay.
Was that okay? Is it?
You may proceed.
Right. Well, firstly, I'd like to clarify. I did not randomly show up at Oru's house. I had bought to the... this initially started when I bought to the concern of Whisper that Convectrons had some tensions relating to city leaders. Animosity, I believe is the word. A bit of tension relating to inaction toward the Convectron problem. I brought these concerns to them, and we had talks about talking with someone relating to them, Oru, in order to flesh these out, construct a bigger meeting, solve problems. This is what I told Whisper, and, well, that is what well, I'll be completely honest with you. Whisper was hesitant. I told them I would send them a letter stating what a good time would be, maybe in order to do this, and they never went up on it. So on the day of the incident, I went to Whisper's home and I said to them, today would be a perfect day and we really shouldn't delay such a happening any longer. Shortly after, Whisper left their home. I left shortly after them, having to, you see, I actually had to stop by, I believe it's Oru's shop, in order to purchase some health potions. As Construct can attest to, I've been afflicted with a condition since my arrival here, where I slowly undergo zombification if I do not consume health potions and golden apples. That's besides the point, but that is where I went before going to Oru's house. I showed up at Oru's house because what I said to convince Whisper in order to have this conversation was that I would show up shortly after they had arrived in order to provide emotional support. I showed up shortly after they arrived, as promised, and well, I didn't open the door. I knocked on the door to find Oru standing there, and Oru and I have not had the greatest history. There have been arguments and spats, but never anything violent. Oru answered the door, unhappy to see me, asking what I was doing there. I said I was here for emotional support for Whisper. Out of nowhere, Oru begins to claim I've stolen from him the building over, even though I walked directly into, his front yard, his front door, and stated these golems had told him that I had stolen from him, which is completely untrue. I was confused. I believe I just said I was there for emotional support. It was a very hazy moment. And actually, if I recall, as Oru was demanding I give the books back that I had no idea what he was talking about, he drew the weapon on me first when I attempted to escape the situation peacefully, and just state that I'm sure Whisper would have been fine if Whisper doesn't want to, do this conversation without emotional support. We can talk to someone else who wouldn't draw a weapon at me. It was demanded I hand the books back. The weapon was drawn. At this point, I put on my armor, not wanting to get hurt, of course. I did not draw my weapon until after I felt the situation had escalated to that point. Afterwards, I backed down. I said I was going to leave. I did not like the situation I was in and felt very threatened. Oru then attacked me first. The fight went on for some time until I believe Oru coated his weapon in some kind of poison, causing me to fall ill, and since I had gained some distance and felt as if Oru wasn't exactly having murderous intentions on the mind, chose to run away, seeing as I was weakened to the point of being unable to fight. I ran back to my home, basically locked myself in, and that was essentially where the incident had ended. I don't know what Oru's saying about throwing books on the ground. I was knocked backward, coughing and wheezing. I had no time to even grab as much as my sword, much less reach into a backpack and throw books on the ground, if that's what's being alleged. I can't imagine these books are big enough to, or small enough to fit in my pocket. I hadn't a time to do that. I was coughing, wheezing. I thought I could be in a very bad situation where I might get injured further or even killed on accident in the heat of a moment. I wanted to avoid that situation, so I ran away. Any fighting was in defense of myself, and I'm sure Whisper can attest that I had a weapon pulled on me first, and I was demanded not to leave, which I felt was there's a term for it. I don't know. There's a term for it. I don't know. But frankly, from where I was standing, I got accused of some lawn gnomes saying I had stolen. Frankly, I don't want to speak on Oru's mental state, but it seemed like ranting and raving the moment I opened the door that these little golems had told him I stole things. It sounded very paranoid, frankly, and I mean, he was paranoid from the moment he opened the door.
Your ignorance when it comes to magic is still astounding.
Conjecture for one, and two. Or let Bori speak. You will have your turn, I promise.
Apologies.
It's all right.
To put a long story short, I arrived to provide emotional support I previously discussed with Whisper. Again, we never discussed any stealing, which is why I imagine Oru brings the point up that Whisper never knew, because I only ever talked to Whisper about having a conversation with Oru. I showed up at the door, I got yelled at for supposedly stealing from a building I didn't even know what it was at the time. I believe Oru screamed that it was a workshop at me. I was accused of stealing by what I assume are little lawn decorations. A weapon was pulled on me, I armored up. I then drew my sword, a fight broke out, I was poisoned by a weapon. I'm surprised I did not die. Luckily, as I said, I keep health potions and golden apples on me at all times, so it was probably that saved my life. After getting poisoned, I ran away from the fight. I didn't drop anything. Not intentionally, at least. I don't recall having any books on me either, and from where I'm standing, it was a self-defense situation that I tried to escape peacefully, but was escalated by Oru.
All right. And is that your statement?
I mean, unless you need me to make it simpler, yes. It's my recounting of events.
All right. Construct, do you have all of that?
Yes, I have everything written down.
All right. Intern, Oru, I will ask any comments you have on that, and then we will break for a brief recess. Oru, you will be first to answer any questions we have. We will move to Oru. You will both do closing statements. Me and Construct will speak, and we will decide what is to happen here. If you have any evidence to support either of your claims, I suggest you collect it in this time.
Can't imagine we'd find Whisper anywhere, but alright.
All right. This court is in recess then. You are free to leave. Please try not to leave these cities' property, perimeter. If you do run, I will hunt you.
Well, I mean, you're only going to be a few minutes. I can't imagine we're going to go very far.
Then
I've
I
had people try.
Also,
Yeah.
I thought Oru was supposed to comment before.
Apologies. You are correct. Oru.
I have nothing to
You-
comment.
All right.
If we are allowed to go gather evidence, I shall go collect the first 2 books.
Wonderful. All right. You are free.
I'll simply be outside, I suppose.
All right.
Mhm.
What are we working with then, my dear?
Okay. It's a bit of a mess, I'll admit. Especially with 2 very separate claims and very little evidence. We don't have Whisper here either, so there's no witnesses besides the 2 people. And the entire case has gone from a simple alleged theft to assault.
Yes, I was not made aware of the assault.
Neither was I. So this does make the case a lot more. Just a lot more than we were expecting.
Mm-hmm. All right. Questions needed to be asked. Can you make sure to write these down?
Yes.
Okay. So first and foremost, I need Oru to explain these little columns of his a bit more in detail. Trustworthiness, how they work, are they connected to his consciousness, whatnot?
Hmm.
I suppose you might be able to ask those questions with a bit more grace than I would.
I can go about asking that question then.
Let's see. Other questions. If Bori was attacked, why was Whisper not?
That is a good question to ask. I think I'm aware of it, but still useful.
Bori doesn't quite seem like the one to attack out of nowhere, though protection of property and protection of self does make this a bit muddier.
Yes. Also, what poison? If Bori was properly poisoned, depending on what it was, there might still be traces of it.
Yes, definitely. We'll need to see the weapons. Alright. Other than that, that's an Oru's end, Bori's end.
Mhm. I don't think I have any questions for Bori, to be honest. A lot of it was up front to me.
This is true. Alright.
Mhm.
They both seem very much so to disagree on either counts of the attack. We're gonna need decisive evidence, something that I can pull from.
Mm-hmm. Because we currently are working with nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
I can try reaching out to Whisper to get a witness's witness's account, but
If you would
it
like.
is, it is hard to reach them.
Yes, well, if they're around, if not, we should be able to handle this.
Mm-hmm. At least it's being handled with, and we can hopefully get this done soon.
Yes. Hmm. I'm interested.
Mm.
We weren't informed of any sort of poking around by Whisper.
No, I wasn't informed.
What is that about?
I don't know.
See if you can get any information about that.
Okay.
Elsewise, I believe we are free to return. Any other questions you need to make sure that we figure out?
With the current information we have, no.
Alright. I suppose I'll let them in then.
Okay.
Hello. You're free to join us again.
All right.
Alright.
Like I said, I didn't exactly have much of anywhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
Figured you will maybe a few minutes.
Oh yes, of course. Alright. Then... shall we present the questions first and then evidence?
Yes, in case we have more to ask afterwards.
Alright.
Okay. First things first. Oru, would you mind going into detail about the functioning of the golems? How they properly work, the trust you have in them, and what kind of connection you have to them as well?
They are golems I've sourced from Nocturin directly.
Mm-hmm.
You could say they're part of my army, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Simply put, they are my watchers, my eyes and ears. That is their full function.
I see.
Okay.
What's the question?
And since the thievery, I have increased the amount of them I have out.
Mm-hmm. And an
Yes.
increase in such output of magic, it isn't putting any sort of strain on your
They
physical
can-
or mental capacities?
They can accumulate their own magic.
Hmm.
They are simply tied to me via consciousness. That is all.
Understood. Okay. That answers our question for the first one, unless you have any questions on that as well, Kieran.
Hmm. For now, I'll leave it at that.
The next question is, if there was a physical disagreement between the two of you, what was happening and why wasn't Whisper involved in it?
How do you mean?
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Kieran, would you mind helping?
Where was Whisper when this occurred?
Oh, behind Oru in his house. Not sure if Whisper ran further inside once the fighting started, but I just remember seeing Whisper behind Oru. I stepped back. Oru stepped forward. I don't believe Whisper ever exited the home.
Oru, can you corroborate on this?
During the fight, I am unsure. All I do know is that by the time it was over, Whisper was outside.
Alright.
Okay. And then, lastly, what was the poison used?
It wasn't.
Could
After
you
all,
explain?
my authority is no poison.
Your authority.
Yes, it's one of the powers of it.
Could you elaborate further on what Bori might have saw or experienced then?
My authority is referred to as plague. It doesn't deal damage, it more so strips the user of any benefits they have,
Okay.
such
I
as
was-
blessings or healing.
I was violently vomiting
I
for
said
about 5
it would
hours.
strip healing. What was the thing you said you were getting? Healing.
So you risked possibly zombifying me on the spot.
And you stupidly risked stealing from me.
I never. Oh my god.
Alright. Tensions ran high. I can see that. Okay.
Don't mess with a snake, don't.
Never. You're an insane person.
Last question was, what weapons were exactly used during this?
No,
Uh,
my sword.
I was about to ask. I mean, I have the weapon on me.
Alright.
Carry it everywhere. It's just my sword.
Those are rather standard weapons I believe I've seen you both with.
I'm not sure what kind of weapon Oru wields. I've not seen it before, but mine is just standard metallurgium. I believe it's a relatively common alloy seen throughout the city.
It is.
And I'm not sure if it has any properties against whatever Oru is, but if it does, I'm unaware of it.
I see. And Oru, your weapon?
A standard Acrinian sin metal blade.
What an interesting blade.
She just looks like you shoved obsidian, redstone, and diamonds together into one weird little stick. Just saying.
Oh, right. There was also my spear.
And your spear, the prongs on it, what are those made of?
They're made of the same alloy, sin metal.
Again, it just looks like blackstone, diamond, and redstone.
Metal.
I would appreciate you
Boy.
not commenting on something you don't understand. Thank you.
We need to get this information to be able to help.
Alright, I'm sorry.
It's alright.
Okay.
This thin metal, does it have any sort of conductive properties, magically or otherwise?
It's more absorbent to magic. That is all.
Thus absorbing the healing.
Specifically mine, as it would be completely different from the sin metal my siblings forge, is more conductive to my poison.
I see. And you forged the weapon yourself?
Yes, although in my actual body.
Alright. Construct.
I have no further questions.
Alright, if that is the case, Bora, you will be asked first any questions you wish to ask now, or any evidence you have to bring to us to support your argument.
I mean, we don't have Whisper anywhere nearby. I don't think anybody could I imagine you summoned them, but they've not arrived as a witness. I imagine that's more a by choice thing.
We cannot guess upon why they aren't here.
Well, I mean, Whisper saw the fight break out, and barring that, I mean, I have my sword, but I've since cleaned it. I don't like dirty weapons, but other than that, I mean, this was a self-defense situation witnessed by one person. I'm afraid I don't even really think there could be anything I would have to show for it.
You said that Whisper helped you fill out a statement. Do you have that statement?
I didn't fill out a statement.
I gave said statement to Whisper. What they did with it, I have no idea.
I apologize. Sorry for the confusion.
I mean, it was just a recounting of your tale of events. No, I mean, it's
It
nothing
also
we probably
recounted
haven't.
what they saw as well.
That's why I was wondering where that book was. But alright.
It's unfortunate.
Well then, anything else, Bori, before we move to Oru?
No, I really don't have anything to show for it.
That's alright.
Oh.
Oru.
As for evidence, I have books 1 and 2, half the collection that he dropped on his exit. The entire series detailing an expedition myself and a couple of others made into Convectra. As to what Bori would be so enamored by this expedition, I have no idea. Nothing really special happened there. If you wish to see the books, I do not mind handing them over.
I would appreciate being able to look at them.
I'm sorry, just if I could ask, what expedition?
Considering it's none of your business, don't worry about it.
Well, I feel like it's the court's business.
Are you the court?
I mean, we're in it. I feel as it's a pertinent question to ask.
I am curious as to what this expedition led to.
I mean, or what it even is. Unless you maybe just wrote those now.
I did not.
Did anyone else hear that? No.
That was
what?
the crazy one.
What did you hear, Bori?
I sounded just... I don't know what they're called. Tall, lanky, purple eyes. Sounded like one of them.
Enderman,
Ah.
my kin. You'll have to excuse the noises, they're involuntary.
Oh, no worries. I was just curious.
No,
They tend to
that
not like
is-
me.
That is absolutely to be expected. They don't like others that aren't of their kind.
I still feel as if, though, Oru, you're avoiding the question of when was this? What was this? I mean, was anyone there? Other than you?
And that is information I will not be sharing with you. As you've already
again,
read it.
I'm not sure what even this book is. And, I mean, again, I feel like, as I was saying, it's a pertinent question to the courts.
And again,
I
are you the
mean,
court?
No, but
Then I
again,
will not be answering you.
the courts are simply reading what could be random notes you made last night. If these notes correlate to something, I feel as if they would be pertinent to know what event it was. Would you not agree?
Leave it to us. You have a curious mind, and that is good. However, there is an order to these things. Alright. Construct, I trust you got the information you needed from this. Alright. Then in that case, I will pass these back to you. Here we go.
Thank you.
If I may ask, there is certain physical evidence of such a expedition noted within those logs. Would you be able to produce them?
As in the book by the portal?
Yes.
I mean, I can go get that after this if you wish.
Yes, it would be best. Though
Okay.
perhaps, our next recess I will grab it myself.
Alright.
Construct, could you please take a note of that? Alright. Oru, anything else?
That is it.
Alright. As much as I can trust your writings and your fastidiousness with your notes, Oru, Bori does have a point here. These could have been written at any point after you were received. After the summons were received. As such, I must take them with a grain of salt.
That is a fair judgment.
Given the fact that I will need to procure the log of expeditions from the portal in the temple, and then talk with Construct here, we are going to take another quick recess. Construct, are there any other questions we need to ask before then? No? Alright. Okay. We're going to take a 5-minute recess.
Right then. We should move our ears a bit.
I do not wish to speak to you.
Oh well, okay, dickhead. Oh.
I swear the audacity of that one. I see. Bori is trying to play things to his part. This is going to be difficult to prove. Without Whisper, at least. Well, I've done all I can. least I think I did. If I had known things would go to a court hearing, I would have tried something to get more physical evidence. Personally, I would like it if he would stop fucking staring at me. It's rude. I swear, why can't his species be more like Slaughter's? Or Slaughter in general. Well-mannered, not so boorish. I should try to remember when the expedition was. When was it? When was it? Let's see, it was myself, Electo, Ganymede. Who went in first? Then it was myself, Electo, and Ganymede. Alongside, oh boy, I'm forgetting names now. Oh, this was in early November, that's right. I should really start dating my notes. It was myself, Electo, Ganymede, and who else was it that joined us? Laugh, that's right. I swear, Bori needs to fucking stop staring. I wonder, what is taking them so long? It's not that much of a flight. Back and forth. have nothing to fear here.
Hello.
Hi there.
Welcome back.
All right. Thank you. I hope it wasn't too stuffy in here.
Just sat around.
Well, we have gathered what information we need, and we have come to what we will call a temporary verdict.
Oh, right now?
Unless you have something else to bring.
No. I mean, I just thought we'd go in the courtroom, but whatever.
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh, okay. Just sounded like you were going to say the verdict right there.
No.
Don't worry.
Your wings, dear.
Thank you, darling.
All right. Construct, are we ready with notes?
I am ready.
In the case of Oru von Sanguinis versus Bori, in the subject of theft and assault, rather theft which was added on assault, I believe there are 2 questions that I need to ask of you, Oru.
Mm-hmm.
Which group of people did you enter Convectra with?
It was myself, Electo, Ganymede, and Lef.
I thought one of those pages looked a bit disorganized, but all right. Thank you. My second question then, Oru. As someone who now owns a license within Nocturin, as someone who now presides within Nocturin, you would, for the most part, call yourself a, if temporary, Nocturin citizen?
That I would.
All right. And you fully understand that the rules and the consequences of Nocturin will fall upon your shoulders, just as it does anyone else here.
That I would.
All right. Construct, any further questions before I give my verdict?
No, that is all.
All right. At the moment, things seem a bit inconclusive. We are going to need to do further looks into... Honestly, Oru, I hate to say it, but we are going to need to search your abode.
May I ask why?
In order to look for any sort of clues for this scuffle, to be able to see if we can find where dear Whisper might have gone off to. Not that I'm saying you are keeping them, simply that they will also need to be present. Going forth, I do ask that you try and keep any sort of dispute civil. Going forward, whether you believe someone has stolen or not, we cannot treat your golems as... It's going to sound bad when I say it. We cannot treat your golems as people here. We cannot treat your golems as witnesses. Not credible ones, in any case. It seems that they would be incredibly biased towards their creator.
Fair enough.
Punitive action will not be taken at this very moment, but we will have watch. I will have Miles come by and give a sweep of your house. I might come and follow you up for further questioning. But
Okay.
for now, we don't have conclusive evidence that Bori stole. We don't have conclusive evidence that Oru attacked. As such, this is very inconclusive. Once we are able to find such information, we might be able to go forth. But for now, I cannot charge a man for a crime that I cannot prove. It would be an abuse of our justice system here. Are there any questions?
No.
Bori?
None.
Alright. Construct?
Yes.
Any questions? Any further statements?
No, everything's been handled.
Wonderful. Alright. In the meantime, I will ask that both of you do not leave proper Nocturin, as we need to be able to get in contact with both of you.
My home's outside of city walls.
That should be fine,
Okay.
as
It's
long as we
just-
can contact you there.
It's just outside the gate.
Hmm.
I mean, you can see it. You put the court summons there, I'm sure. Or
I
someone
did.
But there you go then.
Alright. As long as you are reliably contactable from there, that is fine. If there are any questions, any complaints about how things have been run here, my doors are always open. But barring anything else need be said, I will call this court case to a close. Both of you are free to leave.
Alright.
Well, go on. Get much on the exit, I would think.
I swear. Albeit things were done fairly, it is still aggravating. Ugh, I can take this damn thing off. Hmm. If I had known things would have gone to court, I would have done something better than just bring books. Nah, not over excessive. If Miles is coming over, I guess I should clean up a little bit, shouldn't I? Yeah, I guess I should a little bit. Alright. You're fine, Barbaros. I do keep quite a clean area, honestly. No, these are just empty books. Shop warrant. Thank you, Ganymede, for disguising what that was. That's that. This is that. That's that. Okay, Yui. We are going to have someone come by the house. Okay, look at me. There you go. Hey, no, no, no. Look at me. Stop. Look at me. Don't turn away. Look. We are going to have someone come into the house and inspect it. What they're trying to find, I do not know. But I need you to be on the best of behavior. Do you understand? Okay. Good girl. Good girl. Yes, yes, I'll make sure to get you some treats if you behave. If you behave. I mean that. If. So no biting. Okay. Because I'm pretty sure he'll kill you. Okay. No biting. And there will be no reason for him to go up here, right? This is my bedroom area. Well, attic slash bedroom. Hello, Azazel. Okay. see what his son actually was. I wonder how he would react. Well, that's not shit I need to worry about. I should see to make sure that his soul made it to Akrin, though. I'll have to make sure to do that in the future then. Yes, I should go sort this upstairs real quick, though. I should also go make sure I locked the workshop before I forget. Before I go check the basement, at least. Okay, I did. Oh, you have got to be fucking kidding me. Okay, fine, I'll bite. What do you two want? Because last I checked, you were supposed to be scanning this reality for magic and seeing what that's like, and you were not supposed to be in this reality, period, brother. So why you two are even here, I have no idea. No? Nothing to say? That's a first come from you, she. Oh, don't give me that crap, brother. You know I'm busy. Yes, you're busy. As to why you're in this, I don't know. And as to why Maze is fucking here, I have no idea either. The silent treatment. Same as fucking ever. Oh, please, we both know he's being quiet only because he doesn't wish to waste his time. After all, you've been wasting yours pretty often, brother. Unlike you, we like to get things done quickly. The hell do you mean wasting my time? I mean, you could have already had all this stuff in this reality handled. I mean, really, you're wasting your time with these mortals acting like you still are one. I mean, for fuck's sakes, we haven't been mortal in 500,000 years. Learn your role. We certainly have. Ah, yes, this coming from an archfey. How will you be quiet already? I'm doing the best I can with what I have, okay? Excuses, excuses. The same as ever. Holy shit, you're actually here. Yes. And as always, you have nothing but excuses for yourself. Tell me, big brother, quote unquote. What is your excuse this time? For taking as long as you are with this reality. You know what the machine is. You know where it is. You know everything you need to put these mortals and their gods under heel. Yet here you are, pretending to be them. You are taking too long. You know where they are. You know their crimes. It is time for you to slip back under the guise of your judge persona and crush them under heel with a verdict. No, I can't. We're supposed to be saving mortals. I can't believe I'm making this argument again. This is my job, okay? Not yours. Go play bounty hunter and chasing after, what's his fucking name? We got Vorin? That little obsession of yours, brother? Go bark under someone else's tree. Watch your tone with me. Or what? You'll send an aspect? Oh wait, you can't! Not until I up the categorization of this reality. And I am purposely not doing that. Oh, so now you're trying to tell us that you're not even doing your job. I am doing my job just as you should be doing yours. No comment? Again, what a first. Dear brother, Oru. You allow these mortals, time and again and again and again, to break you down in every reality. And yet you still think you are one. We derive from the same origin, and yet we think so differently. A little strange, don't you think? Cut that pathetic, whatever it is you want to call it. It's of no use to you, brother. And honestly, this act is getting tiresome. Cut that little annoyance and get back to work, brother. You may care about the mortals, but the mortals don't care about you. You can throw your little hissy fits all you want, but the fact of today is that they've proven they don't care They don't want to be saved. Their avarice has grown to that even their own deities. You know where the device is. You know who's the perpetrators behind it all. So do it already. I want you both out of my house. And you, May, you're not even supposed to be in this reality. So just get up and leave. And take your damn thorn with you. Even my own siblings. So Miles is going to be paying me a visit then. If I can keep those quote-unquote city leaders at their word. Oh boy, this is going to be such a headache. Okay, so what I'm working with is simple. So I know the giant ring in the castle is the machine in question. The fountain is what's sending the stolen magic from both the End Realm and Convectra to the gods. This I know, which was confirmed by my source, of whom will not be mentioned just in case people are listening. This source also said that they and one other were on our side, supposedly. Not only that, but we also have our group, of whom shall not be named, just in case people are again listening. Okay. Oh boy, this is getting tiresome. Why am I playing by the rules? Yep, indeed. I don't know when the music stopped, I'm gonna be honest here. Okay. So. I mean, I could go in there right now, shut the whole thing down. I could. I know it's what. I could probably figure out some shit to reverse it. Maybe. But myself alone in this weakened vessel. Even with my authority, I couldn't win that fight. And I can't count on she, because, well, their shell this time around isn't exactly built for fighting. Not this time. I could go in there right now. Why aren't I going in right now? Just in case I get too close to them, I mean. After all, if I'm near it, I am supposed to be hidden. I don't want to get caught. Should I go check on Whisper? They are the only witness to this that could prove what Bori did. No. I can't risk that. Not right now. They have to do that themselves. If I try to pull them in now, try to pull them now, they'll know. They'll know I know. What to do, what to do. What to do, what to do, what to do, what to do. What to do, what to do, what to do, what to do, what to do. I can't do this by myself. I shouldn't do this by myself. promise. Yeah, I made a promise. That's why I'm doing this. Right? Yeah, I made a promise. Right? That's gotta be why I'm still playing by the rules, right? Right? That's gotta be it, right? That's gotta be my reason, right? Broken down. Is that what she calls it? Broken down by every mortal. No. There's gotta be some good experiences with mortals so far. In the other realities, right? Has to be. Right. There was. Oh, like that one time in. Oh, wait. No, that resulted in me getting stabbed. Or that one time in no. That vessel got a throat slit. Or what about in your cut? No, that one got his wings clipped, literally. What about Vashto? No, that one got his. No, that one was hunted down for sport. Wow, that one in Vashto didn't even have time to awaken, actually, now I think about it. Huh. Huh. What about... What about... Wow. Wow, outside of this reality, I really have not had good experience with mortals. Fuck. Oh, I hate it when she is right. I need to make better vessels. Yeah. Stronger ones. Yeah? Or gotta make these things more durable. Gotta... Maybe I'm not infusing them with enough power? Maybe that's why they're... No. These things always happen after I wake up. Every time. Every time I wake up, that's when it all goes to shit. I try to act the same. Acting mortal. No, 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 don't go down that, no, no, don't go down that train of thought, no, 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 no. You are mortal. You still are mortal. You gotta be. You have to be. We were mortal once. We were mortal once. We were. We were. We were mortal once. We were mortal once. We were mortal once. Why were they so easy? Why did they so easily cast off who we once were? Like none of our pain existed. Like we didn't exist. Oh, look, now who decided to actually listen to us? Shut up. Why? Why was it so easy for you two to give up on who we once were? We were mortal, right? We weren't always the guardians of Akron, were we? Oh no, brother, we were mortal once. Keyword there. Once. No longer. The day the Elding made us into what we are, as punishment for what we did when we were alive. This was our penance, brother. That was the day we lost our mortality. We accepted who we are now, because that's who we are. And you, brother? Ever the silent vigil. So, what, it was just that easy? That easy for you to just cast off who we were? realized that I've actually never had, outside of this reality, never had a good experience with mortals, with other people. I mean, hell, all my other previous vessels were killed not long after waking up. See, brother? They don't care. They don't want to be saved. They want to be used. They won't care about your generosity. Not until they're tossed aside like yesterday's trash. Why do you think I don't mingle with mortals, brother? Bullshit, you're best friends with frickin' Danu. Okay, look. Danu is not a mortal. Let's be honest here. Fae are not mortal. There's a distinction. There's a difference. And don't you dare bring them into this conversation. Okay? Fine. It was easy to cast off our chains. Because that is no longer who we are. We are no longer the Alchemy King Orushime. We are no longer the one who imprisoned our own reality at the whim of a god. Why whine? Why pout? Why throw tantrums in place of reasoning? So that's just it. I'm supposed to accept that all of this was meaningless. Not meaningless, brother. A lesson, as all things are. As all things should be. How about this? How about we make a deal, brother? Oh yeah, deal with a frickin' archfey. That'll never go wrong. Shut up. Our deal is simple. If these 5 mortals in question and their gods surrender the machine willingly, then I will back off from what I said. You were right about mortals and wanting to be saved. You will be right in all accounts, my dear brother, dear foolish brother. But if they don't, and if they don't willingly cast off their shackles, then you will abandon all notion of pretending to continue to be what you aren't anymore. We are so much greater than they are. And it's time you own up to it. You're only holding us all back by pretending to be one. Deal. Hello, hello everyone. Thank you for joining in on today's episode of Nocturin. I hope you all enjoyed. We will be having more lore for our buddy Oru here. For next week, we have 2 planned for next week. I hope you all enjoyed today's lore session. I know I did. What things could be unraveling? Who knows? Who knows? But let me go quickly see. Do we have anyone to raid? Ooh, we have 2 buddies that we could raid. I will send you their way. Let me see here. Raid. Alright. We're gonna send you on over to my good friend who was also in this. They were playing Construct. Go say hello to Ellie Mel for me. I'll be seeing y'all later. Goodbye.